of the Million Man March. I don't think we got 1 million people this time. But he was saying last Saturday in Washington that he thinks that the federal government, there was a conspiracy to actually blow up those levees so that they would flood the poor black districts in New Orleans. I have to tell you, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't believe it. But when you see some of the things that have gone on in this country...
Exactly. It's not far-fetched. And also, I like to say, it's not necessarily blow it up, but the residents of that ward, they believe that there was a Hurricane Betsy in '65. They felt the same thing happened where the choice had to be made. One neighborhood, we got to save one neighborhood and flood another hood, flood another neighborhood. Look, if we're in L.A.
But that's been done before.
If we're in L.A. and there's an emergency situation, we call from Beverly Hills, we call from Compton. Which one are the cops coming to first?
Right. But that's different than proactively blowing up a levee to flood one neighborhood. I'm not saying it's not possible.
But that would require a conspiracy. I mean, look, we can all understand. Anybody with any knowledge of history can understand why a lot of people feel this way, that that's a reasonable theory. But it would also require a conspiracy at 3 levels of government. That would, the local, the state, and the federal. It would require no white
presidents have been assassinated. So why is that so far-fetched?
Because it would require no white person in the government to have a moral compass. It would require no black person to have a spine. And I think that that's a very hard case to make.
Question. Do you think that election in 2000 was fair? You don't think that was rigged?
It's not a question of being fair.
You don't think that was rigged? If they could rig an election, they could do anything.
But you know how it was
you're saying. I was in New Orleans right after the hurricane in the 9th Ward. And while I didn't hear anybody say the levee was blown up by the federal government, I did interview a bunch of people who were stuck there who said they believed this was part of a conspiracy to rid New Orleans of black people. They honestly believed that. I didn't argue with them. Right. I just listened to what they said, and I felt bad for them. So as you sit here, who is someone who's rich and has options, and are watched by people who are poor and have no options, it seems to me it's your responsibility, your obligation to tell them the truth. And you know the truth, which is the federal government did not blow up those levees. So don't feed the paranoia and the craziness.
How is that feeding the paranoia?
It's entirely possible. When you know perfectly well it's not entirely possible.
How's not possible?
The federal government blew up the levees. A, there's zero evidence. B, it's difficult to blow up a levee. C, there were news cameras all around. Nobody saw it. I mean, let's be real here.
Because nobody saw it. Because nobody saw it means it couldn't have happened.
It's okay. I could say.
Let me ask a question. Okay. With the history of this country, you ever heard of the Tuskegee experiment?
I'm not going to sit here for your history lesson. I want to know what. Of course, I've heard of the Tuskegee experiment.
Let's explain to the audience what the Tuskegee experiment was.
I'm not even going to get into the history.